There's a bone there?
I'm already walking back towards the group to go tell them. Or get closer to tell them. I don't want to shout it at them.
Okay. So you tell them that you found some etching in the tree and that there's a protruding bone from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Appears to be a bone of a person.
Presumably this wench. And I specifically I get a Teagraiel to see if he can see any magic mojo over there.
All right, I'll come over to the tree.
Okay.
And do another detect magic.
Okay. So you said you do your ritual for 10 minutes again?
Yeah.
All right. And no, you're not detecting any magic.
I let them know.
But the feeling, the feeling you're getting from this little area is really on edge. So, I mean, you clearly understand why the horse bolted. If it was feeling the same thing you're feeling as you're standing right here, it made perfect sense that the horse would just bolt.
Does it look like there was a ritual or anything around this area?
Yeah, with your perception check, no, it just feels, I mean, you get the impression that there's probably something buried here. This bone is protruding out, and, you know, as you're looking at it, it almost feels like maybe it's been recently uncovered, like maybe it's been here a long time. Obviously, if it's a bone with no real flesh or anything on it, but you almost get the impression that maybe it's just recently been uncovered somehow. Rain or something came by or whatever, and the moment that bone's protruding is the only thing that you can see, other than you don't see any tracks, you don't see any other marks, you don't even see, you see your own tracks, but that's it. You don't see tracks from anything. You guys had pretty good high rolls.
To dig or not to dig? That is the question.
Does anybody have the religion skill?
I do not have that.
As a proficiency?
Nope, just a +1.
I'll go for it on the off chance I know some.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a religion check as well, even though I don't really have any advantage with that, but Jarral's kind of curious about it. He's trying to think if he's come across this before.
Okay.
And he hasn't.
Nothing stands out to you.
I might try to see if it has anything see if it looks anything similar to what her tribe kind of does.
Okay. Yep, religion check. There you go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
wow, good job.
Aila, you kind of, of these kind of, they might be stories that parents try to scare their children with. You're not sure if it's true. You just kind of heard of them before. But the idea that it's possible for an area still have the presence of a horrible death of some sort. And a lot of times it has to do with maybe a body that hasn't been buried properly, hasn't had the right religious, rites read when they were buried, or the proper ritual for whatever religion they happen to live in. That it can sometimes happen that these areas become really spooky or weird, and even within your group, your hometown, the things, they even believe that's a little bit of kind of like, if left alone and not taken care of, like eventually could turn into maybe a spirit or a ghost, and then a ghost could go along and steal children, and there's all kinds of stories that they use, that scare children and stuff. But it's not like anything you've seen happen. It's just little stories that you've heard or picked.
Back to the charades. So
yeah,
she's gonna
how's
try
that gonna look like?
I mean, it's probably something where she like does the thumb across the neck to signify death, but then like an evil like hanging claws and such. So I don't know. Let's see how well she does here.
Does your performance get it across? Nope. I would say they don't really get what you're trying to.
Is she threatening us?
Aila just takes it upon herself then to like start to uncover the bones
Okay.
and dig another hole with her feet.
Okay. Yeah. As it's obvious that the bone looks to be like an arm bone, and as you begin to remove dirt, you're finding the other part of the arm, and then it's not too far down. It looks like whoever buried this body here, it wasn't like a 6-foot grave or anything, and you start to uncover more and more of the body, and it's obviously a body has no real flesh on it, so it's mostly bones. It's mostly bleached, kind of like bones. There's a little bit of clothing tattered, still attached, but most has been, just kind of crumbles away or no longer exists due to being in the ground for so long. But there does seem to be like a leather belt, and as you're uncovering the body, it seems to be you're getting I guess if you're uncovering the whole thing, probably maybe somewhere around a 5'5", 5'5", 5'4" very slender humanoid shaped bones, not not elven shaped, not Aarakocra shaped, not dwarven shaped. Seems very human shaped type bones, and it's basically a skeleton that's been covered here. Somebody left it here at the base of this tree, and the feeling gets stronger and stronger as you uncover the bones.
Jarral punches the tree.
Okay, how hard? Like to damage it?
No, just kind of a not hard, but just kind of give it a punch.
Okay, so you punch the tree, and it seems like a very solid tree.
Did it look like the body was buried or just kind of left there?
It was buried a little bit, but obviously whoever did it didn't spend a lot of time. So maybe it's a foot-ish down, but not 6 feet down, not like a real grave.
Is there anything else in the hole that Aila dug?
Well, as Aila's got the whole body cleared, basically you can see some tatters of clothing that are just kind of around the midsection area, but it looks like maybe it could be a dress, maybe. But, a lot of that's been just kind of torn away, or the ground has eaten it away. There's a belt that was kind of holding, that's like a leather, so it's lasted longer than the other items, that were around, and it's have no shoes, no other, it's not like it's just like clothes, the tatters of clothes and a belt, and that's something else laying. She's uncovered the entire body.
And nothing else around it?
Any magic. You're not feeling any magic from the bones.
But we still have the bad feeling.
Yeah.
Jarral
kind of quickly tries to bury them. She's just trying to get it done faster.
Yeah, Aila feels like, you get the sense of if you perform a true burial, like a real religious burial, and the proper words are said, you're thinking, hey, maybe that would take care of it.
And as that kind of thought is happening, Jarral kind of looks in disgust and says,
Would our druid like to
"What?
read the last
holy,
rites?"
man.
No. He kind of suggests that this is disgusting. We should bury this body properly.
Yeah, and of all the people, I'm thinking Armel may know the most of anybody as far as not religious rites, but just the different customs of people burying. I mean, you've heard of what different do, even if it's not something you normally do. And the Druids probably have a way to put something to rest also. Just, a simple
burn it.
the body to or burning it. That's a very common.
I agree.
Just so happens it's getting dark and we need to start a fire anyway.
You're
I
gonna
like
sit
that.
around the fire of the.
Isla motions towards
Bone
the
s'mores.
trees surrounding them.
Okay.
By now,
And
I
those are
imagine
like
Greybeard has a fire going,
waving her
and, like
hand.
kind
He
of
does.
setting up camp.
Yeah.
I say that it's a custom of my people to burn a body once someone is passed. So,
Sure.
I've seen it done. So I say I'll set up the proper burning procedure.
Sure.
I start that. So I start collecting some big pieces of wood or logs and dry grass on the
Okay.
area.
And so you select out an area and you're putting all that down. Who's moving the bones to the area?
Isla.
Okay, so Aila, you're carefully moving the bones, and as you're getting to the midsection where the belt is, you notice that the body or the bones have been top of the belt, but it has a pouch back. So you're moving the bones over, but you have this belt now that has a pouch on it also. And then you put the bones on the pyre, and then you light the pyre. Soon?
I'm going to
Yes.
suggest that we actually just start a fire, keep it low for the evening, and then just start this pyre in the morning, so we don't put a bonfire up in the middle of the night.
I agree with that.
Nice.
I ask if anyone has a large piece of cloth or a piece of clothing they don't care for that is large.
Did
Damn, we
anybody
just had a
happen to-
card of
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say, did anybody take any of that?
Isla has like a hooded thing that she's willing to give up.
Alright.
So you wrap
So
up the
I-
bones inside that,
Yeah. I wrap it up.
place them on
sort
the
of like
pyre,
like
but
that.
you're going to wait till the morning to actually
Yeah.
pyre. Okay.
As the dawn breaks is when I like to do it.
Okay. So you do still feel the feeling, but you're kind of getting used to it now. You feel you kind of know what it is. It's not getting any stronger than it was. The campfire's set up, and do you have watches throughout the night? Do you go to bed? How's that?
Yeah,
The elves
I-
have that 4-hour thing. So just saying.
Yeah, I'll take first
Yeah.
watch.
I'll take
The
second.
bird wants to sleep.
I'll take the midnight watch,
Okay.
and I'll
think-
sleep the 4 hours before that.
Got it.
So I get up on a tree so I have a good perspective, and I take
Okay.
first watch.
All right. Well, we'll go through the night. There's nothing ends up happening throughout the night. You guys wake up in the morning. You still feel the feeling, but nothing has assailed you throughout the night. Everybody is awake, kicking out the small campfire.
So before we kick out the small campfire, I'd like to make a makeshift torch
Okay. Yep. You can do that.
and grab that before we head over to burn the body.
Okay.
And if anybody has anything else to do before then.
I'll say a few words.
All right.
So-
Says a few words and.
So I throw as he's saying it, I throw the torch onto the pyre, I guess, and I say the words of my people. I say, "You gon' bliste all done."
Okay. And it catches fire fairly quickly, and then it does get a little brighter than you think would be normal. For a fire that just started, it does kind of a brightish flash, and then just continues to burn. And the moment you see the flash is the moment the feeling goes away, and everything feels completely normal again.
What was the translation of what you said for those of us who understand Elven?
It means your fight is over.
Right.
And I I nod when I hear that.
All right. And
Did we check the pouch? What was the pouch about?
I was just gonna say, who's keeping the belt and pouch?
Oh, we were keeping it? I was planning to just burn it.
Yeah, I was on board with that. Well,
I
didn't
would
see the
have.
pouch,
I would have
so-
stopped that.
I would
Might
have
be a
too.
bit-
There might be a
Before.
miniature spell book in there. You never know.
I would have
Okay.
stopped that.
Things
Did
out.
you see it though? Did you see
I-
it happen?
No.
Because Aila was
Good
dealing with the
question.
body, and then I wrapped it up.
True. That is true.
I didn't say anything because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So
did
it's
anyone
burned?
see it?
Is that what we're saying?
I mean, I didn't say
Yeah,
it, but
I would
I
have
guess
let it burn.
I kind of figured I was helping, so I would assume I would have saw that.
Aila just felt like the right thing to do was to burn the pouch with its rightful owner.
Yeah, I would have been opposed to anyone. That's why I'm asking.
If I had any inkling of that, of them finding anything on there other than just bones, I would have inquired on what that was.
I would have done a
Yeah.
perception or investigation or something on the pouch.
Yeah, I'm thinking those two kind of took the lead on doing that. So I'm going to say this time around, you guys didn't. So
Okay. All right.
we'll just say, we got to keep that in mind as far as moving on ahead, because those two kind of really did the uncovering. I mentioned the body a couple of times in the belt. Nobody really mentioned anything. I mentioned the belt 2 or 3 times. Nobody jumped on that. So then I'm going to let that one burn. Even though a clue has just now been
Bag of holding gone. So, re-roll your character.
No clue. Well, there was 2 clues. You still have the clue of the etched in the tree clue, but yeah, one of them has been
There's
moved out.
what? There's something etched in the tree?
Yeah, there was something
Yeah,
in the tree.
Armel and
No, I burnt the tree too.
he said Armel and found etchings in the tree, and they came back and told you guys etched
What
in
is,
the
was
tree.
it is that the wench got what she deserved?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that was etched in the tree. I thought that was on the bone.
Nope, it was etched at the base of the tree. That was actually one of the first things you saw.
Can we
And then that's when you saw the bone.
look at the etching to see if there's anything significant about it? If it was written, like carved in with a knife or a nail or something?
You think it was carved in probably with a blade of some sort, some type of knife, dagger, or something like that.
Do we have a druid?
You do.
Yep.
Can you check the tree if there's any special druid message on there?
I believe the trees are all normal, are they not?
Yeah, you had a really high search value too. Yeah, you didn't see any out. It's not like this is a thing. You're not seeing any symbols of druidic orders you know of. The etching looks pretty crude. It kind of offends you that somebody carved into the side of a tree, but you're not seeing anything.
And it was in common?
Yes, common. And you guys no longer feel the feeling, and second of travel.
I was ready to continue walking on.
You could always ask the next
Yeah.
time we get to if anybody's missing.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was the I wanted to
I
do. So we'll wrap it up there. I didn't want to go too much longer. We're at the. We would typically wrap up a session. We'll have obviously more time when we're 7. I don't want to keep up people too late.
That's just
And
it.
we'll pick up. Oh, go ahead.
It's just a knowledge piece. If the bones were just bones, it does take 7 to 12 years for it to decompose.
Ooh.
So, as a hint to you guys, if somebody's missing. They were missing a very long time ago.
Well, and that your assumption is that's true. With the assumption has been done to them.
You did say that they were like bleach white bones, right? That they were fairly clean.
Yeah,
So
you get the impression they've been here a long. You're not
Cannibalism.
Yes, I know. It's
I've been
definitely
watching
like
too
a
much
week ago.
Bones in Criminal Minds, guys.
in that
man.
or something else. Magical world.
Missed.
So
Yeah, I missed
didn't
all
hear
of
what
that.
you just said. Yeah.
Oh, I said you guys are in a magical world, so lots of things. Composition.
Lots of things. Okay.
If left alone and just buried and left, you're probably right. It's probably something. At least.
There was a clue in there for like 7 to 10 years.
Pouch. There.
That's a long time coming, man.
Hope it wasn't in paper, guys, because I don't read much.
So I wanted to do a non-combat kind of roleplay part, so that's what the whole point of this was just a combat kind of side thing on the way down to our actual review section, just to get you guys a feel for playing and getting your characters, getting some roles in, trying some stuff out to get a good feeling for how everything goes. So I think that's where we'll call the session.
All right.
Sounds good.
Will be. I'm super excited for this week to really start. And this isn't even a part of modules. This was just something to kind of get us working together as a team, just see how things work in Roll20. And since I was here at the hotel, I only had a couple hours anyways to do some stuff. The real adventure starting first Monday as we get a module. We head to Nightstone.
How much XP do we get?
Do we level?
You could 20 XP, but you only get 10. You got one of the clues. So 10 XP.
We burned our XP. Dang it.
Burned it.
But we're better people for it.
Yeah, we're better
Actually,
people.
they should get the XP. The rest of us shouldn't.
Well, they didn't find. There's something in the pouches.
Was the something in the pouch like metal or something, or is it like if
Probably
it
like
burnt,
paper.
would the metal
Like
melt,
paper.
or would it be there after the fire goes out?
Nope, it would not be there
Okay.
after the fire is out.
All right.
There's a little piece of paper that said, "I did it" with a name.
Yeah. It was like, fuck you, signed who did it.
Just in block letters, it was Greybeard.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
away with it,
Greybeard.
yar.
But keeping in mind, it's a little side thing that could pop up later on.